Welcome everyone. This is a rare action or quasi-action figure of matte steel. This is Mattel's entry into the 12-inch action type figures. This is the N-Tech Adventurer Lava Capture Max, because he has this special, actually, I don't know if you can see that there with the glare. Here we go. Rifle to capture lava with, or whatever else. Here's the cool graphics. As usual, this is well made, as all Mattel toys are, and this has excellent articulation, but it does not have real clothes, and it has the bad crotch, which we'll talk about in a minute here. This is not a real action figure. Action figures must have real clothes, and they must be highly articulated. So let's look at the back here. All right, let's start at the side. Going turbo with this enhanced N-Tech BioLink. Only Max Steel is 10 times stronger, 10 times faster. He can also turbify his gear, making it larger and more powerful. I believe these were heavily marketed in Latin America, where there seems to be less emphasis on the military. The problem with Hasbro is all they do is push military stuff most of the time. 99 points of their line is military. Even their action adventurers were kind of militaristic. They're very limited, unlike what you get from actual Mattel, who tries to make things that are a little more enhanced and more about real world instead of just blowing stuff up. I mean, it's a real bad attitude. Mattel has made some fantastic Barbie doll accessories and occupations, etc. And they have to be commended for this, while G.I. Joe is the bro shut up. No, same old story. So we must keep that in mind, that it's to that level. So let's open this up here and see what we can, what this looks like inside. I didn't technically buy this. It was included with something else because it's not, as I said, it's not what I consider a classic action figure. But certainly, if you're not an aficionado like I am, any kid I'm assuming would enjoy having this. And it is the weapon here, and a lot of times I'll just buy an action figure for the weapon itself. It's kind of unique, and I make these boxes because I'm just going to throw this box out. Okay, here we go. Okay, put this down here. Some scissors here, or a knife. And let's take him off of these rubber bands they have now, which is better than those horrible ties we used to see that you had to twist. The rubber bands are much more preferable and easy to take out, and I'm assuming are better ecological. And let's take the okay, let me put that back here. So here's the actual lava gun. As I said, a lot of times, you know, particularly if you can get them inexpensively, you get figures, and who cares about the figure? You're looking for the unique gun. Let's see how that shoots off, or does it? Hard to find the trigger. It went in. I could feel the spring. Oh, there we go. Push on the top here. So here's how that lava gun works. And of course, it's got that typical safety, I don't shoot hardly anywhere. But it's a cool gun. You don't necessarily have to put that ugly orange thing on the front. This would be a cool gun in general to use for any action figure. Very modernistic. So here's the action figure itself, and you know, it's got your typical articulation, but it's got all the things that I don't like about action figure. And I guess these are easy to make now, and it's, you know, it's well made, it's well detailed. I'm not sure this is a lot of articulation, but you can move the hands and the arms, and you know, the joints are very, and this is rugged, so if you give this to a young kid, you're not going to break it easy. But it has the no-no thing. We're going to talk about that as well. Well, first of all, the no-no thing is no clothing. So they don't quite look that good without clothing, and that way you can't put on cool outfits either, weapons or other things. But it has the terrible, terrible crotch, which I hate. So this makes it look, doesn't make it real. So we're trying to look for figures that, as they do with even video games now, we're trying to make it realistic. Let's hope nobody that you know looks like this. So it just looks bad. It makes, I think it takes a toy that was very, well, first of all, it's a toy. It's not an action figure. It makes a finely made, I mean, there's a lot of detail here. The face is the usual Max Steel. It says Max Steel, Mattel, 1998 up there. But you can see it's well made. It's got kind of cool large boots, but again, there's some lack of realism because the boot should end here. So I mean, you know, these are generally inexpensive that are sold everywhere, and they have cool boxes. They have quality manufacture. As I said, this is going to hold up. It's hard plastic except the hands. The hands are soft plastic, so it'll hold the guns and everything else here. Let's see what we can do here with an actual holding of the guns and getting it in here without spending too much time. Well, that's another problem. I guess it's supposed to go in the arm here to hold it, and then of course I guess the thumb fits in here. And of course it holds the gun by the arm. That's a cool design. That's what makes this gun itself kind of cool, is that it goes in the arm like this to give you greater support. That's a very unique weapon. It's not really that cool. It's all plastic. It's all the same color. The design carvings are a little bit crude, but it is a unique weapon if you're looking for unique weapons. But again, you've got that goofy crotch. The hands and arms move fairly well, and it's fairly decent articulation here. The legs, of course, just bend at the knees. It does have large feet, so I'm assuming it stands relatively easily. We can do that. So you can prop this up well. These are all the things you like, but as I said, look at that. It's fairly cool, typical Max head. And I think they've darkened him up for Latin America. He looks very Hispanic. And of course, this again ruins the whole figure as far as I'm concerned. And of course, the fact that this isn't really real looking knees. So, even if these were special boots and stuff, it doesn't look like a human leg there. But it does stand well. You have that. So this is quite interesting figure, very typical high quality of Mattel. But these are the type of things I'm sure that are made very inexpensively. That's why they use this design. You just pop the legs in, you're done. These don't have rubber bands inside, which I've never been a fan of. They tend to loosen up, and You sometimes get better articulation, but I'm not sold on that. I prefer to have, and we'll show you other figures that do have clothing and are more articulated. And of course, that's what's nice about if this had actual pants on it, you wouldn't see this horrible design that you get with figures. So, and that's another reason why you need clothing, so it looks more realistic. So this is a cool figure. It's inexpensive, and we have lots more to come. Make sure you like, subscribe, and support this channel. We have all sorts of vintage games, action figures, and toys in general coming up.